Alright, what's good, guys? Today's gonna be a little bit of a different video. We're gonna be some Diablo 4 because I've been grinding this game out. I've been having a lot of fun. You guys might see by the previous clips that I showed at the start of the video. I got a pretty goddamn slimy bow build. This one's gonna be playing around penetration shot, which is a here. Skill on my left trigger if you look into the bottom. Playing around that. And guys, this shit is, I mean, you guys have seen the damage. This shit's pretty god solid. I haven't played any of the previous Diablo games, so I'm pretty inexperienced when it comes to these type of games, but this build felt pretty damn good. I was killing stuff pretty damn fast. It had good AoE, really good single target. Figured I'd share that build with you guys today. So without further ado, into it. Start from the helmet. So for my helmet, I don't really have anything crazy. In fact, the helmet's pretty optional. You can find a better helmet, put on a better helmet. Pretty goddamn. Chest piece, I got a 10% range damage, 10% dexterity, a little bit of increase in damage right there. I just have a increase in maximum life still on it, like the gem that I have in it is maximum life, not too bad. On my arms, I got 2 ranks of penetrating shot, which is really good, and then I imprinted a penetrating shot perk is whenever penetrating shot damages an enemy, 2 additional arrows split off to either side. The arrows deal 35% more penetrating shot. So just a little bit of extra ad clear, and the good thing about that is you infuse your weapon or imbue your weapon with any elements. Those that split off will also have the on them, so it's pretty damn good. Other than that, my pants have 1 rank of concealment, which is I go invisible. You can find anything better than this, please support, but this pants had 2 slots, a little bit of dexterity for a little bit of damage. What's it called? When I'm injured, my potion also grants me an extra 30% life as a barrier, which is really nice. Concealment, so just overall a pretty decent pants. I liked it. I'm using it right now. These ones right here. Max reduce evades cooldown by 0.5 seconds. Pretty decent. There's another one I like a little bit more, which is one that gives you movement speed for dodging. I think it gives you a 40% movement speed for like a second after you dodge. Doesn't sound like 1 second sounds pretty short, but it's very comfortable, and that's another pretty good shoes. If you have that, you can run it as well. This also comes with 9% movement speed, a little bit of energy cost reduction, which I absolutely love, and it gives me 2 ranks on my dash, which is my Y ability. We're going on to this other weapon over here. Right here is when you cast dash, which is the Y ability. A clone is spawned at your location that also dash, dealing 28% of the base damage. Right here, I'll show you what it is. It's a dash. The little clone that dashes behind me. I do it one more time. Clone that dashes behind me. So not only does the dash do damage, the clone also does damage. Pretty damn solid. Alright, let's get into the rings real quick. On this ring I have you have a 14% multiplier, increased critical strike chance against injured enemies. So if you guys don't know what injured is when an enemy is below, I think 30% HP, either 30 or 33% HP. As long as they're below that, you get a 14% crit rate, which is really damn nice. And while you're healthy, you gain 28% crowd control. But healthy is when you're above 80% HP. On this ring, I have basic attacks gain attack speed, which is this right here. Auto attack. It's a little bit extra attack speed on it. It makes it a little bit more comfortable playing the build. Honestly, I might even put another one if I get one more. I might even add another one. Because the auto attack speed, it's not really like needed, but I'd say at least one is really comfortable. Because for the playstyle for this build later on, and I explain it to you, you're gonna see why I like it. And last but not least, for the necklace, when you break stealth, you drop cluster grenades that stun, or you have exploding stun grenades at your location that deal 600 damage, and it stuns them for like literally just not even a second. But I mean, the damage is pretty solid. I'll show you all what that looks like right now. Go invisible, and as long as I break stealth, cluster grenades are deal pop. That's really nice. I mean, you're playing around invisibility in this build because, I mean, it gives you a lot of energy and everything. A little bit too. So yeah, it helps a lot. I really do like it. I feel like probably, I won't say it's necessary, but it's pretty damn good. As you can see, guys, like there's a lot of room for improvement, but And there's a lot of room for y'all to work around this yourself. And then this right here, the main shit in the build. This I love. There's another legendary I've seen that I have not been able to get. It's auto attacks with my basic skill, which is the shooting. Builds up the power of your core skill, which would be my piercing shot. And that, if you get that shit right there, I think I'd probably replace this for it. So if you have either of those, this one or the other one, that's really, really good. You could use any one of those. There's also another one which gives you damage for standing still. I know it sounds pretty bad because I don't really like standing still in this game either, but it gives like a 30% increase, and it goes up in intervals of 13. You just stand still for like 2 seconds and you have a 25% damage increase to your stuff. So you can just stand still for 2. So you like pop your invis, stand still, it builds up, and you shoot. So if you have that one, you can also run that one. But I'd prefer this one right here, or the one where your auto attacks build up your core skill damage. So yeah, there's a lot of maneuverability. Right now I'm trying to work on making this build better. I got this amazing crossbow here, but I need to get a slot on it, and I need to get one of the different skills to add to it. As for specialization, you're 100% gonna want to go combo points. It's not close. Inner sight, I don't really like that shit at all. Combo points is amazing for this. If you guys don't know what combo points does, you look in the bottom left next to my X ability there, I have 3 little, I guess, diamonds. And what that does is when I shoot, like that right there, that gave me 1, 2, and 3. Now that I've shot 3 times, this will buff my next ability. I'm gonna show you, it'll show you on the tree, I'm gonna show you in a second here, how much the buff does. So yeah, for specialization, combo points, no doubt about it, I wouldn't run anything else. Now for the skill tree, and there's a few changes that can be made. There's a few things that I was considering as well, because certain skills weren't performing the way I like them. I mean, they're pretty bad, so I've just been testing a couple different ones. So I run this right here, run Forceful Arrow to help with Vulnerable. You guys know what Vulnerable does, 20% increased damage. So I go from Forceful Arrow, I go down here, I grab the enchanted one, so every 3rd cast, Forceful Arrow, different, increase critical strike chance, it's whatever. This is not really here for damage, and I mean, every now and then, you get a little bit of an extra kick out of it. This is what you want right here. Forceful Arrow pierces through vulnerable, or Forceful Arrow pierces through vulnerable. Not bad, a little bit extra. You guys don't know, every 3rd cast, how you get a Forceful Arrow. Every 3rd cast of Forceful Arrow. Life's vulnerable. Vulnerable is the main reason right here. Every 3rd cast makes him vulnerable. This is the main reason why you're here. Everything else is pretty optional, but you have to put 3 points here, or you can head down here, or else I'd just drop 1 here, to be honest, bro. Get my vulnerable, and I'll be on my way. Now down here, as you guys can see, I don't pump anything else but a penetrating shot. Go from penetrating shot, enhanced penetrating shot, so it deals 20% damage per enemy hit, and improved penetrating shot. So what I go. If you guys are wondering how I'm at 7, those arms that I showed you earlier, these ones right here, they have 2, and I put 5 in the tree myself. So that's how I can go above the cap of 5. My armor's a little bit of this. So with that, I'm able to come down here. And down in this tree, dash. I like dash. It's good mobility. It's not really crazy damage, but I have a little perk on my armor that you saw earlier. That it's a little shadow dash, helps a little bit more damage. It's not like anything crazy. This right here, though, this I feel like is a must. I don't think you'd ever not run this. As you can see, what it does, I have it at 3 right now, so the multiplier is x3. But I'm using a crossbow, and since I'm using a crossbow, I get 15% critical strike damage, which is amazing. If you're using a normal bow, you get increased damage to vulnerable enemies, which is also like 12%. That's still pretty damn good. So for this build, I'd say this is mandatory. I would be skipping over it. And I mean, you have to put points in something here to head down to this other tree regardless. But this other tree, we don't really put too much, because I'm not really using anything else other than, or right here, concealment. You guys don't know what concealment does. Right, screen, you go invisible, you're unstoppable, you get a movement speed. Pretty straightforward. What we're really here for is this. Not only do we get movement speed, and we're unstoppable, and we can pass through enemies, but we also get 40 energy every time we enter it. It's on about, I think, I'd say around 17-second cooldown, because you pop it and you're invisible for 4 seconds out of the, I guess, the 20. But not all the time you're going to be in there for all 4. So I'd say you're maybe like a 18-17-second cooldown. You usually exit a little bit before. That's what I usually put right here. This right here is very considerate. So if you guys, this is what it does is skill that breaks concealment will always be guaranteed a critical strike. So what you can do is you auto 3 times. That applies vulnerable. It applies your specialization, this combo points, up to 3, and then you go invisible and you break your invisibility with the big shot, and it will always crit, which is very good as well. I was considering doing that, but I got a bit sidetracked testing other things out. So if you guys are interested, you probably invest another point right here. Now we go down here. So precision imbuement, this right here. Imbued skills get 15% increased critical strike chance. Again, that's a lot of goddamn crit chance. And since you're always gonna really want to be imbuing those shots with dark, you're pretty much always gonna have 15% whenever it's up. It's not really on a long cooldown. You can see down there it's a 9-second cooldown, and you can always pop it before combat, and you'll have 2 of it. But right now I have 2, and it's going off cooldown. I could shoot these 2, do it again, and I can shoot another 2.
I don't have enough energy.
Actually, so yeah. Right here, this right here is the shadow imbuement. If you guys are wondering where I was imbuing my weapon, this is the shadow imbuement right here. See it on screen, exactly what it does. Give you the short version of it. You imbue your weapon with shadow, blow up enemies, extra AoE, a little bit of damage. Not bad. Now for this tree, if I had 2 extra points, that was good. I'll show you guys later. I was considering taking them for my ultimate, because my ultimate really does feel a little bit underwhelming. I was gonna go maybe this right here. Get 1 more point here. 25% increased critical strike chance against injured enemies afflicted by like the little shadow. So when you shoot an enemy, they'll be purple. That's how you know they're infected by it. And right here, enemies damaged by shadow imbued skills take 12% increased non-physical seconds. Now this right here is what I love. This really does help the build if you're clearing like big areas, like multiple areas, multiple ads and stuff. What this does is each time you kill an enemy with shadow damage, which is what you whip in with right here, generate 20 energy. And since you're shooting this bow, and whenever you hit anything, the bow's ricocheting with the shadow rounds, you'll generate so much energy. I love this, and I was considering trying to get another point into this right here, so I get 30 instead of 20. With all that being said, we're down to the end of the tree, which is undoubtedly your ultimates. I'm not sure if it's just me, or maybe I'm just wrong, but honestly, the ultimates in this game feel a little bit underwhelming for me right now. I'm still rocking this at 3 because it says it does 80% increase because it does 60 here, get another 20. It says it does 80, but it doesn't really feel like it. I'm not gonna cap it. It really doesn't feel like 80%. If you guys see in the early part of the video, sometimes when I was fighting the monster, I popped my ultimate and I was just shooting. I mean, the damage was very underwhelming. I was considering maybe just leaving 1 point in an ultimate down here, any one of them. So what I'd say is if you're looking for somebody, what you can do with the shadow one is right trigger to make your shadow, and you can go invisible, and when you pop it, you both will drop bombs. And whatever you do, you'll do as well. So I mean, it's still not bad. It does help. It definitely does help. But against like big bosses and stuff, you don't really see that. I feel like the value diminishes a lot. Also go trap right here. This does what, like doing 930 to 1000 damage. I mean, it's on a 50-second cooldown though, so I mean, it's pretty rough. You can reduce the cooldown if you bring it to 3 right here and it kills an enemy. You get an extra 10 seconds off, which is pretty damn nice. And then this right here is what I feel like might have the most value, and the reason for that being is that you can imbue it with shadow. So you can imbue this entire rain. It'll do a volley across, 2 volleys, doing, you can see the damage on screen right now, how much damage it's doing, and they'll all be infused with shadow. So that'll mark them all, and you can pop them, and definitely can help with ad clear, but ad clear isn't like the most necessary thing, and the damage overall is pretty just underwhelming. It's 543 to 664. Does it 2 times, and I mean, pretty underwhelming for like a 50-second cooldown. That's crazy. In fact, it's a 60-second cooldown. Honestly, that's pretty much it. These are what I chose for my tree. I'm pretty sure, as I said, it was my first Diablo game. I'm definitely very newbie to this, but this is the build I'm going. I've You guys can see the damage I'm doing at the start of the video. I feel like that's pretty damn good. There can be a lot of improvements made and a lot better legendary skills added, but I just wanted to try and get out this video before the beta ended for anybody that's trying to play rogue or trying to find like a good ranged build. I just wanted to get this out a little bit before the beta ended, just so people can test it out if they need to. With all that being said, I think that'll be all. I don't think I really have anything else to show y'all. What I'll do is I'll try and run around here for a second and show y'all the build now, because the build has changed a little bit since since I fought the last boss. The build has changed a little bit. You can see right there, AoE on this build is never the issue. What you can do is I'll show you, go invisible, prop your clone, go invisible. Like it does a little bit of work. Everything up here is level 25, so they're on level. As you can see, everything's on level. AoE is never a problem. And if you want more damage, remember auto 3 times, which makes them vulnerable and applies your thing. And they're just dead. Try that again. Group up all of them here. I'll show one more time. Visible. And they're all dead. These are all ads. There's no like big bosses or anything here, but I just wanted to give as a quick demonstration that build still slaps on everything on eye level. I know in the early part of the video, even with a weaker build, I was fighting stuff above my level, which is like level 27s and shit. So I mean, it's performing, it's doing really well, and I'm pretty happy with it. But that's all of this that I'm gonna say for now. But I might upload the full boss fight video. I guess maybe tomorrow I'll upload like the full boss fight. That's pretty much it. If you guys like the video, you guys want to see more in Diablo, let me know in the comments. If you guys have any tips and tricks for me, that's the most important. Please let me know, because as I said, first time playing this game, first time playing any Diablo game, I'm very newbie when it comes to it, and obviously I want to learn a bit more, right? And you guys probably know a little bit more than I do. If you guys know anything I don't, leave it in the comment section. And with that being said, y'all have a good day. Peace out.